Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Newport Beach, California, and speak with Garo. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very good, sir. How about you?
Very good. Thank you for asking. And we want to take a look at Abiomed. ABMD is a ticker symbol. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Do you know how to pronounce the, always showing up
No,
on my screen? Do you know how to pronounce
no,
it?
sir. No, I really don't. It is something similar to EW company, the Edward Science, that they make a valve for hearts.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so tell us what you are doing with this valve for heart company out here. What do you see?
Yeah, this one I shorted on. If you look at the daily chart,
Yes.
from the time that the candle on October the 5th, that
Yes.
hit the lower dot, and the dot went up, transferred up there.
Yes.
I shorted there until October the 11th.
Okay.
After that, I stopped it. Because,
why did you stop on the 11th? What was the signal for you on the 11th? Was it the trading session from September 24th? Was a reason that you, or what was your reasoning for exiting or stop trading it to the downside on October 11th? Was there some signal there?
No, because at that time on 12th, it gave me a green. It just popped up.
Got it.
It popped up and it hit that 50-day, and now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days that is moving there. So I didn't touch it. If you see, the sharp parabolic has to give me a sign for me to do something.
Okay.
If that passes that sign, then I stop it. I go after. I started to work with CREE, C-R-E-E, and
Okay.
I'm just watching these very, very closely.
Okay.
It hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times. It hit the 50-day, and it couldn't pass up through that 50-day. Now it is very close to 200-day.
Yes.
And it has a very good support here because in month of 8, we have 1, 2, 3 spot at this point.
Right.
But considering that the 200-day exponential crossed the 200 simple moving average, this is not a good sign. I don't know if this is the bottom, or this is going to cross that 200 and it's going to go lower than that. Because when the 200 exponential crosses a 200 simple, that it's a bad warning that something is going to happen. Yeah. So I'm just listening to you. I will listen to your explanation.
Okay, so let's take a look at, so you indicate that it's down at support first. And if we just take a look at our 3 different time frame charts out here that have our TAS market profiles, the one that sticks out to us easily is the weekly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, what price has done this week is come down and tested a level of support. That was the bottom of the box, which was 350, 334. That's not the low. The low actually was 350 and a quarter. But what we can also see is that this box out here, this TAS market profile, has a bullish structure. And what I mean by that is the point of control where the equity is considered on a weekly basis to have fair value, so there's buyers and sellers that are there, is closer to the bottom of the box where there's definitely buyers, where they believe there's really good fair value for this equity. So when that happens, it says we've got buyers that are sitting here between 353 and 381. Only a close below that would it really turn bearish. So that would then go ahead and complement your 200 period simple and exponential moving average crossover. We don't have that today. Instead, what we have is price as of this week hitting support. Now, it's only Tuesday, so trying to figure out the volume matrix on a Tuesday versus Friday, which, by the way, you'd be looking at 2.1 million shares the week of August 6th. So far, you're at 784. Kind of hard to do. What we can do is come back and take a look at the daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, as you pointed out, this equity has been down here 2 other times previously. Once on the trading session of July 31st, and when it was down there, it had volume of 1.1 million shares. Then it was down here in essence on August the 15th with 495,000 shares, 400,000 shares on the 17th, 400,000 shares on the 20th. Not enough volume to push it to the downside. And today, it's only got 279,000 shares. So what this is telling you is if this is going to push to the downside, It doesn't have the volume behind that move right now. It appears that the sellers, have vanished, maybe because they know that the buyers are really hanging out here. If this equity closes above 363.96 today, you'll have a second day in a row with a test of that swing point on lighter volume. But what this would really need to do to really give you the bullish momentum, I know for you, you're going to have to wait to see a parabolic SAR dot on the bottom. For me, what I would need to see is I would need to see a price close above my red line figure of 382.69. Now, what we can see out here, Garo, is on the trading day of October the 20th, this gave a very bearish signal, because when this green line turns red, it tells us that price and that line are going to catch up to each other. And when they do, that's when it reveals to us bullish or bearish. And what it did 2 trading sessions ago was it revealed to us some bearish information. So this tool is really seeing what you're also seeing, by the way, with regard to your 200 period moving averages, but still, we're kind of in the middle. I think the sidelines is the right place to be out here, because still not enough volume to push through these prior lows. But we also know that there's some resistance. What the price level that I would say right now would be 382.61 is the level. So I guess what I'm saying here in summary is I'm seeing what you are seeing right now, which is a neutral position seems to be the proper position, unless you were really going to rely upon the bottom of that weekly TAS market profile. But it's only Tuesday. Does that help at all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Your analogy is excellent. Excellent. Now I'm in a neutral position. I will never get into 382.61. I wrote it down. I don't have that number, but
sure.
I have to wait until the candle turns around and goes and hits the upper dot, and the dot comes down. From that point, to me, is the buying point. You see,
now,
I wait
if it does that,
but I watch it until then. But 382.61, I'm going to have it in mind in front of me, so I will keep an eye on it, see how it works. But I do appreciate it. It was excellent. Excellent.
Sure,
Thank you, sir.
Sure. My pleasure. Hey, quick question for you, Garo. Now, if it hits the upper dot, are you going to wait for the 5-day to cross over the 21, or tell us what you're going to do then?
Yes. First of all, that 5-day has to cross the 50-day. Then it has to cross the 21-day. Yeah. And then the candle has to hit the upper dot, which approximately now it is $401.
Okay.
By that time, that those dots are going to keep coming down. Every day that number is going to change. It's going to come lower and lower. At that point, when that candle will hit the dot,
yes,
and then the 5-day will curl around and go up and hit the 50-day and 21-day. At that time, probably 3-4 days, that will massage that place, and then that candle is going to still become bull. And that's where I'm going to get into it. See, until I don't get 100% confirmation, I don't see muscle, I won't get in there. You see, I just watch it. I just get in whenever I see power in there.
Thank you. Garo, we're headed to a hard break, but thank you for sharing that with the audience out there, because you have a beautiful trading system. Thanks for calling in. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Folks, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Dow's off 280.